Alright, now we're at the custom profile section. I know this seems like there's so much going on, but don't let all this, stuff, scare you. Alright, let me break this down. How this works is you can either create a new group and a new field. And let's say, for example, you want to change this word that says basic information to something else. All you'd have to do is just to click on it and you get this modal pop-up. And you can change where it says basic information to whatever you want to type. So let's just change this from basic information to new information. And then next to that, you notice it publish. You want to make sure that's yes. And visible, do you want to make this to be personal or do you want it to be visible for all? So once that's, just leave that for all and then save. And to change this gender, you can click on it and it gives you the option, so you can choose from. You can change the the word. You can change what group that belongs to, and for this fill, you just leave that as it is. Now it's asking you, do you want this to be to show up when they're creating their account? You can set this to yes. Visibility, you can lift it to all. Publish, yes. Do you want this particular field to be required? You can set that to yes or no. And then for the tooltip, it's just a drop down that says select the gender. And then for the size, the options, male, female. Alright, so once you set that, you don't want with the size, you can just leave that as it is and you click save. So if you want to edit these, you certainly can edit these. Now if you want to, if you notice before, we created 3 different types of use profiles. Now let's say that I want to create something that is accessible to only the profile 2 types. Now let's go and look at the profile 2 types. Now for profile 2, account type 2, I'm requiring all this information from their contact information and also their new information. We just changed from basic to new. So next I am going to add in an additional part that I want to get from them. So let's go to custom profiles and I'm going to click on a new group. Alright, for this part I am going to put in type of business. So let's say you have different profile types, and for example you have a business website and you are trying to create different accounts for different people. It's always helpful that you get information based on their type of business. So for this one, I'm just going to put type of business and leave the settings as they are. Click save. Once I do that, you notice it shows up at the bottom. Alright, so now add a new field. Alright, for the new field, I can put in, for the type of business, I want to know what type of business that they have, so I put it in the marketing. Now for the type, for the name of their business, I want to know what the name, and then for the information that I'm requiring, I can leave this as a checkbox. Or hold on a second. And then when it says your business name, this is going to be next to that is going to be the text box, so they can put in their business name. Then for what group am I associating this with, for the type of business. And for the code field, I can just put in field. With all of this, you want to make sure that the first word you put in is the field, and then business type. and you want to make sure that you don't duplicate, the field code. And require registration, yes. For the tooltip, I don't really need this right now because it's just, text box. Now if I go to select list, then I have a tooltip and then the options. So let me go to the select. Alright, multiple, no, size, save. Alright, so now we've created a custom type. So now let me go and add this particular custom type to this profile. So go back to multiple profiles, and we're going to do this to account type 2. So click account type 2, and right here at the bottom, this is the stuff that we just incorporated, the new type of business. So your business name, select that, save and close. And that goes to show you how you can be able to, you have so much flexibility in terms of the custom profile types. You can create profile types for each profile account that you want to set up. So that's how you can create a profile types. And if you want to move these up, you just click on the arrow, the necessary arrow here. You can take it up or down. If you want some parts of it to be visible or searchable, published, required, for where it says registration, do you want this to be, show up on the registration page when they're first, creating their account? So you go through these and select the ones that fits your need, but for now I'm going to leave just the default. So we'll take a look at the user points next.